Elaine, and you're from Legacy.
Yes.
I can tell from the badge.
Yes. We're very proud of our organisation, which is obviously we look after the dependents of veterans who have either passed away or have given their health in their service. So whilst we hope that anybody who is moving down this way, they don't need our services for an awful long time, it is always good to know that we are here to help look after their families.
Oh, well, very much my neighbour for 20 years was a legatee, I think is the correct, and her husband died a long time ago, and even though I kept encouraging my teenage children to mow her lawn, they didn't need to because Legacy was
yes,
helping.
we help in any possible way that we can. So whether or not we don't tend to provide financial assistance, but if they need help with their lawns, if they need some assistance, really getting through the myriad of government departments, DVA is sometimes extremely hard to navigate
That's
through.
the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Yes, and we can assist with that. So and that, especially if you are newly widowed or widower, because we do look after both, that can sometimes be pretty daunting, and so that's what we help with. And if we can't help, we certainly know people who can.
Now, I think people think of Legacy as being for older veterans, but if you look at...
That is not so true these days. We have, whilst we don't have any families here, we do actually have 5 families of Afghanistan vets living in the area. So it is always good for them to know that we are around, that we can assist. And we would be there then for their children to help with schooling and right the way through to university.
And is that for every returned service person, or is that if the returned service person dies and then you look after their family?
No. It is now been expanded to people who have given their health, so are in serious health-wise, mental health or in physical health, where they can't necessarily work full-time. We do help them in that respect.
And that would be really significant for more recent veterans.
Very extremely significant for the veterans from Afghanistan, Iraq, Somali, East Timor, who obviously are a lot younger. We have 75 widows currently that we look after
in the Bega Valley.
From Merimbula, from Tura Beach down to Eden.
Okay, so that's only half of the Bega Valley.
Yes. There is a Bega Legacy as well. So so we have a fairly wide area that we look after. As I said, we've got 75 widows from World War II to Vietnam at the moment. And we take them out. We try to make sure that we get them out and about, because there is nothing worse than them being isolated in their homes, and it's been extremely difficult for them for the last 2 years especially. But we try to get them out and about.
Legacy's a bit of a quiet achiever, isn't it? It doesn't have the big branding.
No, it doesn't. It certainly doesn't. And to be quite honest, a lot of people don't know that we exist. And that was why we thought that this would be a good opportunity to let people know that we're around down here. As I said, not so much that we hope that we get them to come and join us, but if anybody who wants to come down here, like I did, I moved down here 16 years ago, and within 3 years I had joined Legacy as a volunteer.
Do you have a family history linked to the Defence Forces?
Yes, yeah. I was in the Defence Force, so was my husband. But even so, I just felt that this was something that I could do quite easily. We have, we normally say, go and visit your ladies maybe once a month. and if you can't go visit them, at least phone them.
Yep.
Make sure that they're okay, and
Yep.
that most of our widows do not have family close by. So it is important for them to have that continuity of contact.
And so if we're talking
for
about
everybody.
the people, and of course the people watching are looking to move
down
here. And so just to wrap up, regardless of whether you're a widow or a widower, or you're a recent vet, and this is a good, many would be thinking, there's all sorts of reasons from a mental health point of view that I need to get out of my circumstances. There's support for you in the Bega Valley.
Yes, there is. And as I said, if for the younger ones who are coming down, if you've got an hour to spare where you could help volunteer, then please come and see us, because we would love to have the volunteers. Most of the current volunteers that we have, we're all getting on as well. So
you've just reminded me, since I moved from my neighbour about 9 months ago, I've dropped in a couple of times, and she hasn't been there because she's probably out with you.
Yes.
And Gwen, I know you're not actually out there watching this because you're not a Facebook person, but I'll drop in.
Is that Gwen Thompson?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're talking to her,
I will.
say hi from Joe.
Okay, I will do.
We lived next door to each other for 20 years.
So she's one that we look after, and we just make sure that because she hasn't got family here.
Oh gosh, and and I hope you don't mind us talking about you, Gwen. But I absolutely want to be like you when I'm at.
She's always out. She's always out and about, and that we've got one lady who, fingers crossed, has just turned 99.
Yep.
Still driving.
Oh my goodness, there you go. And that's all because of the sport of legacy. Elaine, I'm looking around and everybody's packing up, so I think that's almost the time for us to complete. So thanks for ending our live stream today. Hang around, we're going to do a wrap up with Nigel Ailing from the Chamber of Commerce.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.